Hi Lullabies, welcome to part 2 of my puppet video, or my puppet series if you would. So in our last video we made our beautiful foam head, and today we will be doing the inside of the head. So basically the concept is you will put your hand in here and the mouth will move like this. So what you will need for this is a piece of hard cardboard, as hard as possible. So this is just a hard piece of cardboard, and then black piece of felt and an offcut of a red piece of felt. So basically what you are going to want to do is get yourself a piece of paper like this one. Sorry, I should have been better prepared. So you're going to get yourself just an ordinary piece of paper, and what you're going to do is you're going to fold it and draw it bigger than what you would normally need it. So I'm going to now change the camera angle so that you can see what I am doing down here on my little table. Right, so now that we are in this position, we are just going to get a pen or a pencil, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to draw your half circle over here, making sure that it's big enough to fit in the mouth. So what you're going to want to do is actually put it in there, right, and then close the mouth and draw around this piece over here. So as you can see, I obviously made mine way too small, and then we are going to want to cut that out. So we're just going to roughly do it about like that. I might cut it a little bit wider than this, so just on the outside of the lines. I know that's not very neat. And then we are going to make sure that it fits in the mouth. So as you can see, I have done it a bit too big now, but that is okay. So basically the concept is it's going to fit like this. So it is going to go in like that. So with this particular puppet, I did go a little bit big here, so I'm just going to cut that off so that it does make it a little bit easier to work with. Even though I have glued it down. Right, there we go. So now you can see it is even, so it should go down like that. So then what you're going to want to do with your piece of paper is you're going to want to open it up. Let's round it off so that it's not got a tail like that. And then you're going to want to take your piece of cardboard and trace around that. So once you have traced around it, we will be cutting it out, which I will just fast forward that part because that is rather boring. So there we have our circle, and I will be back once I cut it out. Okay, so here we have our cut out piece. So I already have black on this, but what I am going to do is cover this side with black felt as well, just because when you do stick it in, you want it to look neater. So what you're going to do is then fold this in half. So this is not like the easiest cardboard to work with, and as you can see, this is the reason I didn't use this side of it. But what's nice is you won't see this part. So then you're going to grab your puppet, and what I would do is stick it down first at the bottom and then stick it down to the top. And once you've done that, then you cut around the edges. So cut these pieces off as well. So I'm just going to warm my hot glue gun, and then I will be back. Okay, so my hot glue gun has been warmed, and I don't know why it's not standing up, but it doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it to the bottom first, because that's just obviously the easiest way to go. So as you can see, there is a gap over here, which means that this piece on top is actually the bottom piece. I'm going to flip it over and then make sure that it's on there. So I'm going to take my hot glue gun and put it over here on the bottom. So you don't want to put it on the actual cardboard, because you don't know where you're going to cut off. So this is probably the best way to go about it, is to then do it like this, and then be sure to press it in properly like that. So as you can see, it is hanging over a little bit, but that, like I said, is not the end of the world. It's actually better that way, because then you know that you aren't making a mistake. So I'm just giving it a tight squeeze, making sure that it's getting dry. And what I like about this cardboard is it is nice and sturdy, so you really want to get it in the corner of the mouth as well. So as you can see, it's really starting to take shape and is starting to look a little bit more like a puppet, which I'm actually getting really excited about this one. So if you haven't seen already, it is on my Instagram. I made one for an assignment earlier this year, so feel free to go check that one out, get some inspo. I have posted other puppets as well. I really enjoy making puppets. And then we are going to do the same with the top. So as you can see, there is a little bit of a hole here, so I've obviously not done it exactly how it should be, because it should actually be like that. But the nice thing with foam is you can just manipulate it to how you would like it to look. So again, we are just going to do the glue over here on the sides like this, and then basically what I'm going to do is stick that down like such. So if your puppet does look a little bit funny, or you feel like it might look a bit funny, that's the joy of puppets. They are just these mythical, not mythical, I don't know what they are, imagination, they are, how do I put this? They are aimed at imagination and make-believe, so it doesn't need to be a perfect human puppet, if you understand what I'm saying. So that is stuck down. It's very, very warm on the inside as well. So that's how we look right now. So eventually what you'll be able to do is talk with it like this. So I am going to show you the next step in this video, because I feel like otherwise it will be a little bit too short, but this step is also part of the mouth. So I'm just quickly going to cut the edges off of this to make sure that it's not hanging over like that, and then I will be back with the next step. Okay, so once you have done that, this is how it should look. And then this is the concept of it. It will talk like that. So then what we need is a tongue. So what I will do is then just cut a scrap piece of felt off from the red, and then just making a regular rectangle about that big, and then making sure to fit it in here. So that does look about right. You do want a little bit of space over there. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to round it. So just give it a bit of a round shape at the top there, and then I'm going to take my hot glue gun and glue on the tongue, and then stick it in the position that I would like. So I am going to show you all now. Just want to get it down. So that is how it looks with the little tongue inside of it. So this is the finished mouth. Right, so there we have it. There is our puppet. As you can see, there are still pieces out here that are making a bit of appearance over here, but that's not the end of the world. It is the bottom of the puppet. So this is how it looks, and this is how it will talk. So I'm very chuffed with how this one came out. So the next thing you're going to need is your felt piece, your black felt piece. And what I would suggest doing is not throwing the circle away, because we are going to need it now. So what I'm going to do is put this down, and just like we did with the foam, try our best to just pin it down to make sure that we get our circle that we need. So I'm not going to put that many pins in, because it's not that necessary. And then you're going to take your scissors and obviously just roughly cut around it, because we are going to cut it down anyway. So it's not really like, doesn't need to be precisely this shape. Okay, there we go. So I have my piece of black felt, and I am going to put my pins back quickly. And then I am going to bring my puppet back. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff this in here. And to the best of my ability, just hot glue that down in a way that it will cover all the white bits. So yeah, like this. So keeping in mind that the rest of this is not going to be blue, it will be covered in felt. So that will be my next video, so stay tuned for that. So what I'm going to do is, again, so I'm going to keep it like that, and then what I'm going to do is get my hot glue gun and just, oh, it's getting a bit very hot now, do that, and then stick it down very carefully because it is very hot at the moment. So stick that down, make sure you get it all the way in, and then obviously doing the exact same for the top. And if you would like, you can put it in that crease over there so that you know it is secure, which I am going to do now. So just drop it in there and then do the top bit while we add it. And then, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, just making sure that you are pushing it all the way in and bringing it all the way to the top. And then, because I did miss a piece over there, I would like more glue there. I am just going to add a little bit there so that it doesn't lift. And that is the first piece of felt that we are going to do. So like I said, with the cardboard, we will be doing this, cutting around this now as well. So once that is finished, I will be back. So that concludes today's video. This is how it is looking so far. It is fully functional and moving, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. I'm really happy with how this came out. So stay tuned for part 3 coming soon, which will be how to cover the face with felt and doing the eyes. So I'm really excited about this, and I will see you guys in my next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. I will see you all probably tomorrow.